Have it on for people is like a lot of times you try to improve stuff, which I think is good. But one thing to think about is like, where is your strength? What are you best at? Sometimes if we can figure out what we're best at and we really focus on developing that too, that makes everything else better as well. It's a different way to think about things. Like, where are you on these? Which one is your best one? And how can you really like capture that and make it even better? And then we can make things better for everybody. Many thing from the other session. Carlo, what is the stimulus that allows us to see?
Light.
Light. Yes, ma'am. Juana, what must happen to light for you to see an object?
The light needs to have interaction with your eye.
There you go, interactions.
It can be reach your eye.
At this point, we're upgrading our answers. So reaching our eye is no longer like scientifically accurate.
So
it has to interact. There has to be an interaction. There has to be an interaction with the object, and then it gets to your eye. So you have an interaction either reflecting or transmitting, or both, and then it gets to your eye. Isabel, the one-way mirror setup. Why might two people see different things from opposite sides? What? Third one. In a one-way mirror setup, why might two people see different things from opposite sides? Okay, so it could be the material. Now, I will say this. This is the one-way mirror. Is there any differences between the sides? No, so what do you think? If it's not the material, what do you think it is? What is the change from one side to the other? The light, right? Light on in one room, and you see reflection. Light on in the other room, you see transmission.
One way you cannot see you
A one-way mirror, you can see you if the light's on, right? And it's not on the other. You light in the room, you see yourself. Lights in the other room, you see through. Let's see, Rosie. If a clear window is covered with translucent, like this, what's going to happen? How will the object look? You need some help? Great. Anybody need help? You have two Sofas to choose from. Huh? Dim or blurry? What is it?
Oh, dim.
Dim or blurry. So we say dim, like we see less of it. Blurry, it's kind of D-I-M, like the football club. If your arrows, Julia, are backwards, pointing out from the eye, what does that do to your model?
It's like Superman.
It's Superman, yeah. You're not doing Superman, right?
Because I don't remember that.
It makes it inaccurate. And Tomas, what is the job of the nucleus in the cell? Huh? You need some help? Who can help out Tomas? Was it Pablo? Gives instructions. What to do? Yes, at the control command center. Excellent job. Here, let me do a quick aside here. So some of you, your parents, mentioned some stuff. So I just want to show you. At the end of every cycle, what I'm going to start doing is sending like a report to you and your parents. So you should have this in your email as well. I don't want to show it students here. Where's just the template? Here we go. Okay, so what will it talk about? It'll say how many interruptions. It'll say how many interruptions you've had in the cycle, so in 4 classes. Okay, your goal is 0. 1 is, earning a 3. More than 1, like your behavior grade starts going down. Academic responsibility. So things like, you have your notebook, you have writing utensils, do you know what session it is? Okay? Are you using your computer correctly? Things like that. So that's like write that stuff down too. Underneath here, it'll say, were you present or not? Were you absent for the session? Do I think you completed the work? Like when I walk around and look at notebooks, I write an I down. If I think people have not done some of the work, so that would be incomplete. So it would say you were here, but it was incomplete. I marked out if you go to the nurse so that you know you have to make up some work because you worked here. I marked out if you went to Raquel because again you worked here so you can keep track of what you need to know. Underneath that will be the grades or your results from the assessment for that week. Okay? Anything with a 1 on it, that would kick in that you need to do some practice. Okay? And that practice is on Schoology. I realized I hadn't copied it for this class, so I apologize for that. I did that today. So there's targeted practice by idea. If you just want to practice it, you can. It's open to anybody. But if you have a 1 here, and it says that your targeted practice is required, if that's what it says, okay, that'll pop up, then you are expected to do that on Schoology. It's just a real simple thing. It's like 5 questions. They're multiple choice matching, fill in the blank, and you do it until you get all 5 right. Okay? And again, you can just work on that stuff anyway to prepare yourself and see what you're learning as well. Okay? Again, like I say at the bottom, I am fallible. I could have mistakes. Like if you see a mistake in there, let me know. Okay? Any questions about that? So this will come out every day B. You'll get this in your parents.
All day piece.
Every day B. I shouldn't say every day B. When we start doing the project, I probably won't send one, but any normal cycle, day B will pop up.
When you have a question, we are going to do like a project inside, like about the like activity, like with the light.
Yeah, we are.
And when?
Starting next, like this week, I think. Depends on the class. So we'll be in the makerspace, and there's 3 days in the makerspace. You're gonna be making a web page, taking pictures, and figuring out light and stuff like that.
All day piece.
You can work with whoever you want, and you produce something. So every single person will produce and get a grade on their thing. You can work with whoever.
You can work.
The perfect group work is you are responsible for your product, and you could work with people if you want to. All right. But we'll get more into that later. That was the other thing. We do have an assessment, right? Day E, it's formative. Every day E, we have an assessment. 2 things. If you didn't like how you did on the summative, right? You don't necessarily have to retake that. If you do well on this formative, I can replace grades because it's the same sort of ideas. Right? You have another chance to make a model. Okay, so don't stress out about it. If you do worse on the formative than the summative, it doesn't hurt your grade. Cool.
And they eat what they
Yeah, and again, it's 5 grades, 5 different ideas. Those all combine together.
When what they do, they eat.
So this week is Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday for like the rest of the month until like we have a Puente sometime in late March. Good. Okay. All right, so today we're going to be focusing on the eye and what the eye does. So we'll be messing around with magnifying glasses, looking at eye charts, drawing models, all that good stuff. Nope. So what are you going to do? Okay, like I said, we're looking at models, we're upgrading our models, we're really wanting to make sure we have arrows and processes and all that good stuff, and that we're really getting into the eye and what that eye is doing. All right, vocabulary for today: pupil, retina, lens, optic nerve, and focus. What do you think those words mean? And then we have what part of the eye lets light enter, what is the job of the lens, what is the role of the retina, where do the signals go after the retina. What's wrong? Huh?
Do we have to prove that meaning of the word?
Yeah, just guess what you think they are. And then if an image is blurry, even when there is enough light, what might be happening inside the eye? guess what the words mean? Or would you explain them lately? What do you think? Lens, part of your eye. Also could be like lenses, like glasses, we call those lenses. Don't write down the questions, just answer. And the idea is thinking, not talking. As long as you think, even if you're wrong, your brain gets stronger. Like if you think about the question and you get it wrong, your brain actually gets stronger. If you don't think about the question and get it wrong, then your brain doesn't get stronger. I don't know. I don't like glasses or like lenses. I think like that would be a lens. But that's we would call those lenses glasses. The lens is something that you. This is a magnifying lens. Maybe. Is that part of your eye too, the lupa? Yeah, that seems right. Try to answer. Who cares if you're wrong? Again, wrong answers make your brain stronger. No answers. Lens. It's like glasses or lenses. Lenses is part of the eye. What do you think of that? I Great. Super. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to know. You know, great.
Focus, I the only thing I know is focus.
Great. Alrighty. Remember, the best thing that you can do for yourself, just pay attention. Ask questions if you have them. If you're trying to write down what I'm doing, you can get distracted or miss some important information. I will give you time to write it down later and check it. Okay, so at this point, if we go back to my original model, we have that light, and it interacts with the chair. So we have what reflection, we have transmission, it's transmitting here as well. There's probably some absorption. And now we have the eye. And we have a link to the brain. So now we're going to talk about the different things that happen in your eye. So the first thing we're going to look at is the pupil. And the pupil's job is to let light into the eye. Okay, so light comes into our eye because our pupils are open. Okay. If you've ever been to the optometrist, the eye doctor, and they give you drops, the drops make your pupils dilated, which are bigger. Why? Because he wants to look into your eye. Okay, so they need more room. If you go outside after those drops, your eyes hurt, right? Why? Because your pupil's way bigger, and now more light is coming into your eye, and it's overwhelming your system. Okay, so the pupil is in charge of letting light in. After that, we look at the lens. The lens's job is to focus the light on the retina. Right, so that's the back. The lens is right behind the pupil. So we have the pupil, and then right behind the pupil is the lens.
I am really good.
All you got to know right now, here, let me see if I can make it. My paper is too small. So we have the pupil. Behind that is the lens. And then this is the retina. And then we let the pupil, the light gets in, and then the light is focused by the lens onto the retina. Right? So it needs to do the job of focusing it right and making it appear right on a part of the retina.
So let's concentrate.
Yeah?
Like the lens, if we don't have lens, we see like blurry.
Yeah. As in, people who need glasses, a lot of times the lens is focusing the light here, or it's focusing it back here. So then you get blurry images. Okay, that's why I need glasses now when I read. Okay. This is the retina, and what the retina does is it changes the light into what we call a signal, and that signal goes along the optic nerve so that our brain, which we'll talk about more tomorrow, can interpret what's going on. So the whole system is designed to get information into your brain. Okay, and it has to go through different pieces. There's way more parts to the eye than this. These are just the basic ones that we need to know in order to see well. Okay, as we're making models now, we need to make sure that we're trying out this idea of the eye and how the eye is working.
Make sure that the light is
It directs the light in the correct spot for the retina. The retina changes the light into an electrical signal that then travels down the optic nerve into your brain. And all that happens like that. Right?
So
it's instantaneous.
But what is the work of the lens?
The lens focuses the light. So it like collects it, the pupil lets it in. The pupil lets light in, the lens takes the light and focuses it in like a beam into the retina so that then the retina can change it.
And the retina
changes the light signal into an electric signal, and then that goes along the optic nerve to your brain.
The electric signal what too?
That's just the information that your brain can read.
And
your brain can't read the light signal. It can only read the electric signal.
And the optic nerve.
That's like the highway. It's like the carretera. It delivers the information to your brain.
The optic nerve.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the optic nerve and the retina is not see.
I mean, they're connected. Without either, then you can't see well or at all. Okay? All right. At this point, take a moment. If you haven't drawn anything down, do it now. Right now, what you remember, and describe it to yourself. Or write what you remember. Cover it up and try to draw it again. Then you can see what you know. That's the whole point.
You draw the same one.
Sure.
Yeah, it's lens and retina, right? That's lens and retina.
Yeah, but before that, the pupil.
They are like giving instructions to the brain.
Information. And then your brain has to interpret what's going on. We'll talk about that more. Because if you think about it, your brain is locked in a box. Your brain has no access to the outside world. The brain relies on what you see and the light around it to figure out what's going on. That's why people can't hallucinate. For example, in a basketball game I was playing on Saturday, the referee hallucinated that I wasn't fouled. Right? Like they were looking right at it and I got fouled. They just didn't see it. Why? You know. Let's ask 3 questions and then we'll go to break. Why is that not working? Weird.
I know one.
Miguel, go for it.
Let's say you were born without a pupil.
Ooh, okay.
Are you blind or not yet?
I guess it depends, right? So if it's really open, then probably you're just very overwhelmed. You would need something to kind of dim it down or no. But if there's nothing, if it's blocked, then yeah, I don't think you'd be able to see.
What happened?
Yes.
Like when you see into the sun,
Uh-huh.
like you
Don't do that.
you can see.
Huh?
Like
Okay, so this is a really good question. This connects to like if you take a screen out into the sun, you can't see the screen very well, right? You have to like adjust the brightness
when
because
you see
it's
the
so
sun,
much light. It's overwhelming your system. Like there's too much light for your brain to understand what's
oh
happening.
my god, it's no.
They say, huh? Well, the comparative of this is way dimmer than the sun. And what does it have on it? It has a translucent material. So if we look at the lights, that's not a transparent material that's right after the light. So even less light is coming and scattering it.
When there's only feet,
Uh-huh.
you can see right.
There's something about that, because I think what happens is then you're not like looking away, and the sun has so much energy that it can like ruin your eyes.
You can back what part of the eyes? The penata or the...
Like you can see light, and then you see like.
Like the image, yeah. I'm guessing it has something to do with like how bright it is, and almost like burns it into your brain, and then if your brain still sees it for a little bit, and then lets go. I think that's a really good question. I'm not sure. Anything else? Rose? All right, let's go on break. Anybody outside?
Oye, hiciste la pizza.
No sé, como en Quito, acá hace como 20 minutos. ¿Cuánto crees que no? Oye, deja esto aquí. ¿Cuánto crees que no? 4. Si las decisiones de ¿cuánto le hiciste? 1.024.
Ay, Mari.
Pero déjate 4. Porque a mí sí.
¿En serio?
Sí, eso no digo.
No, yo no voy a hacer después de eso.
Bueno, hice 4 minutos.
what are we going to do now?
Look at eye charts and magnifying glass.
And what? I will.
And eye charts.
Okay.
That connects the eye to the brain. And if you cut it, then it would be like an interruption. Okay, so you're gonna do 2 different activities in this time. I'm gonna explain each one. I'm gonna pass this out to you and your partner in magnifying glass and eye contrast images. Okay? So one of the things that we do, one paper asks why. Why I don't have you choose partners. Well, I'm going to tell you why that is. It can induce a lot of stress for people to choose or to even go through the process of not being chosen. So you can even imagine a class where you have 3 friends, but you're only allowed 1 partner. Guess what? Someone just finds out they're number 3 in the friendship group, right? So that kind of sucks too. So these are the reasons. These are the reasons I just choose your partner. These are the reasons I just choose your partner. What's wrong?
The chair.
What's wrong with the chair? It is. I don't know what happened. One day I lost the chair and then nothing showed up.
I want.
Okay, so that's why. So you're gonna do 2 things. You and your partner will look at some eye contrast images and see where I'm about gonna get rid of all those because they don't seem to help focusing or they're just distractions. Just so you know. We just look at it, guys. So here, can I see it? Can I see it? I'm gonna give it back to you. So here, if I need some sort of fidgety thing, because that's what I am, I'm a fidgeter. I'm using this as a fidget thing. It's a little annoying because it might be making noise for other people, but at least I'm focusing, right? I just need it, I like to move around as I'm thinking, I think that seems reasonable. Now, this isn't helping me focus on anything other than the thing. So this is not helpful. This is now a toy. Toy, fidget spinner, or like a fidget thing. Toy, fidget thing. You see the difference? Where is my focus? My focus is here, then I can do it. Like some people need a stimulus, right, to focus better. But if your stimulus is making you stare at it, then that's a toy. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to pass out paper for you and your partner and a magnifying glass. Your job is to see when is it blurry, when is it focused. Do you notice anything? The other thing you're going to do, and here you'll have choice as to which station you go to. Okay, there's 6 eye charts up in the room. There's tape about 3 meters from each chart. Okay, you just have to look down. The first thing you do is look to see which line you can read. You can read about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one. And then after everyone has done it, you take the translucent material and you add it. Something someone can do is like hold it tight so you can see it better. And then from 3 meters, you see if that changed anything. Can you still read it?
That's like I'm putting here.
As you should. I can see the E back there. Like you should see the E.
I can
No,
go
it's
the última. Oh, there.
Amazing.
I can go for
I mean, there's water right there. So that's what you're doing in the next like 5 minutes or so. Any questions about that? 4, 5. Take one past the back there. Take one past the back.
Mr. Light, I am with you.
You are by yourself. Now,
What I need to do.
so you can work with the sentence. No, I just stepped really hard on the girl's foot. It's fine.
Mr. Light, I need to.
Mr. Light is running
Again, a lot of times you have to adjust, like how far is it? Be sure you raise and lower the magnifying glass to see the differences. When is it focused and when is it blurred? What's up? You go 3 meters, which is here. This one, 3 meters is here. For that one, 3 meters is here. And you swing back. Again, look at the tape on the floor that shows you where 3 meters is. You find one, just use the magnifying glass, one's a blur, one's a clear. What distance is this? That would be too hard. So it's just like move your eye. And then you move this to see if there's a And again, get up and look at the eye chart, put the translucent material on the eye chart. So Juana, 3 meters is here. Yeah, first see without it.
N, H, N, D, F, M, P, T, X, Z. U, Z, D, T, F. D, F, M, P, T, H. P, H, U, N, P, T, Z. H, P, X, Z, Z,
What's that? How many lines are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perdón. Ustedes ayudan a los motivados ustedes, no digo. Bueno. D, F, N, P, T, H, P, H, U, N, P, T, Z, N, P, X, T, Z, FH. Dale, me trata de mejor rápido, pero
You can look through it and see what happens. That's not gonna be good. It's gonna make it go upside down probably. There's another one over here.
I swear.
debes seguirlo con eso. Ahora sí.
You can't.
Prende la lámpara, bro. HN, DFN, PTXZ, UZDTF, DFN, PTH, PHUNT, O, DS, NPHT,
You can see what happens. Now, in the Cycle 3 model page, draw a model of you seeing the paper. It can have the translucent paper on it or not. Remember, we have to have solid models. Those models have at least 5 arrows. And those arrows are labeled. What's going on in the eye? See if you remember that. Don't look at your model. See what you can remember. I mean, again, you have options. Like you can do the paper on it. What's happening there? You can do or without. What's that? I can see the lights. I can't see it. You played around with the magnifying glass and put it away from you. Everyone knows what happens?
Yes.
What happens?
it becomes like a revés.
It's up and down.
Mr. I have a question. What happened with the bone of the vaccine?
The bad smell.
It's not here anymore.
But you don't investigate.
Huh? If you were to ever do something that would require me to investigate it, would you want me to tell it to you?
But do you know who did it?
Doesn't matter.
I know who did.
Me too.
Me too.
Even talking about it is appropriate.
Me ate.
What do you want? You're this.
Mr. Light is model service.
But remember, what's going on in the eye?
But this one.
From the beginning, remember, arrows like going in. So light has the first entry. Right? Make sure light is entering the eye.
But the gas is outside.
Huh?
The
But it's still light needs to come in. So people allow the light to enter. As long as you're playing around with the eyes. But again, what have you done horribly incorrect?
Yes. It was only because.
Never.
Yes.
Unless it's Superman burning the eye chart. Then that's fine.
Mr. Light, how do you like to remember all these things?
Oh, you morons.
What are some things you can do?
Like, no, how do you remember?
Is it wiring?
Like,
I think basically it's because I'm always paying attention. And so I have a lot of mental, like a lot of stuff in my brain, which makes it easier. The more stuff you know, the easier it is. But there's other things you can do, like some of the first letters. That help.
So here's the lights. It's reading it, right? And the lights, your lights are in your head, so you can see the thing. Muy buen día, porque
Anytime we're having something coming out of the paper, we're going to the paper, no.
What?
Lines going to the paper is a no. So I'm gonna show them. Alright, we're gonna pause in a minute. So again, you have to make sure that the signal is going all the way to the brain. You have to make sure you have no arrows leaving your eye. Arrows leaving your eye is not automatic 1. If you have an arrow leaving your eye, that's automatic 1.
I did like from the line to the eye to the brain like that. What question?
What's that? I was what called? That's called the iris. The iris.
And what's the
Yes.
nothing.
I don't think so. Just colors. Okay, some things to remember. This is only good if you're drawing a model of Superman. Okay? This is not how we see. We do not see with our vision shooting out of our eyes. Okay? Things are, whatever we see is absorbing and reflecting, and it's transmitting into our eye. Okay? So it has to be going into the eye. Once it gets into the eye, now we have some things to think about. We have the lens focusing on the retina. That's doing the optical nerve. That gets to the brain. Again, we'll talk more about tomorrow. But the main thing is that arrow is going into your eye. Into your eye. All right. Take a moment. Talk to your partner about these statements. What words are missing? Close. I guess here you say it takes the light.
Signals
And what does it do?
Light and
What are you talking about? What does it do? What does it
with
do?
an optical nerve.
Changes it.
With an optical nerve. I see. Vamos! Dice light.
Nathan, you're gonna say.
Dice light.
I agree. 2, 1, 0. Apollo T. Light enters through the what? Light enters through the pupil. Amalia. The lens blanks the light onto the blank. Amalia. The lens blanks the light onto the blank. Can somebody help out Amalia? Hold on.
the lens focus the light onto the retina.
Perfect. What'd you say, Amalia? There it is. So the lens focuses the light onto the retina. The retina, something. We have 3 things. Mariana, what do you think?
The retina transforms light.
This one's kind of tricky. I should have probably removed that and put the word there. Kind of is like collecting the light. Okay. And then what does it do with the light?
It transforms it into electric energy.
There it is. So the retina takes the light and transforms it into an electrical signal. About what's up? Alright, actually wait, no, because Vicente not back. When Vicente gets back. Alright, signals travel through the blank to the blank. Carla. Signals travel through the blank to blank.
Signals travel to the. I got it. Signals travel to the optic nerve,
Okay, through the optic nerve to the what?
to the brain.
Awesome. What is different between no light and blurry? Talk to your partner real quick. What's different between no light and blurry? Okay, cool. Paulo Uribe, what do you think? Hold on a second. Carla, come on. Paulo Uribe. We're focusing on Paulo. No light, no see, yeah? Okay, we see a little bit. It's dim, it's blurry. It's hard to tell. Awesome. All right, question 1. What part of the eye lets light enter?
Miguel, ya sabes que es su trabajo y todo, pero.
All right, it's the pupil. So the pupil allows light to enter. Number 2. What is the job of the lens? All right, the lens focuses the light on the retina. What is the role of the retina? Alright, then retina changes it to electrical signal and then sends that off to the brain. Where do the signals go after the retina? Optic nerve to the brain. And then finally, through the optic nerve. If an image is blurry, even when there's enough light, what might be happening inside the eye? Something is messing up the focusing. Okay? There's some sort of issue.
Can we say the lens is like not working correctly?
That's fine. But it's better if you mention like the focusing part is not focusing correctly. But if you've answered the other one that says that the lens's job is to focus, then that's fine. Alright, when we're pushed in, standing up, I'll start doing triggers. Here you go. What's up? Sophia, what?